And welcome back, everybody, to the practice field following another Saturday scrimmage. Orange head coach Dino joins us, and Coach will again allow you the overview here before we get into some questions. What'd you think of this opportunity to get another group of plays here and mixing and matching your lineups?
Well, I thought first of all, we came through the thing with no injuries. We had some injuries the first time out, and that's going to affect us for a couple of games. But to be able to come out of this one completely clear, no injuries with some hitting. There were some sounds going on out there. I'm really pleased with the way they competed, and I think we're getting ready.
There were some people that didn't participate, but I would think in all of those cases, those are guys you know, right? And maybe you could go through how you decided who was on the field and who wasn't today.
Well, some of those guys with a lot of game experience, we don't need to put them back out there. These are guys trying to be threes, trying to become twos, twos trying to be 1.5 guys where they're part of the game plan, and that was the big part of it. And we needed to see guys competing, and then some of those guys are too good to go out there. Sure. I mean, you're really not going to be able to evaluate the other defender going against those guys or the other offender going against that defender. So we had the right guys out, and I thought it was a good mix.
What'd you learn about your lineup today?
I just felt that it was better competition. There's no doubt that the defense is going to be really, really good. Those guys are still creating turnovers and they're making a lot of plays. It was good to see the offense bounce back a little bit and make some plays out there.
Tyrell Richards had two plays that stood out to me. One was a tackle for a loss on a running play. He also was able to come on the quarterback's weak side and kind of get a script that would have been maybe a touchdown in a real game.
Well, nobody's going to catch him. I mean, it better be a DB that's going to catch him. I mean, a wide receiver. The guy can really run. It was a fabulous job of coming off the backside and knocking the ball out of the QB's hands and scooping and scoring, and that was a touchdown. There's no doubt that would have been a touchdown in the game.
Sure. Now, it seemed to me that over the second half of the scrimmage, you did get the offense moving the ball a little bit. Mike Lynch just walked off the field here a moment ago, and he says, hey, still work to do, but he seems to be pleased about where you are.
Yeah, well, I guarantee you the offense is feeling a lot different than last week. Right. I mean, last week was a complete defense domination. It was good to see the offense come back and get some in the end zone. And it was good for the defense to realize that they got to come every week to play. And those guys are really good. They'll be fine.
It's clear you're mixing and matching and kind of cross-training along the offensive line. But game 2 weeks from today, what's the process to figure out what your starting five is going to be?
We're gonna throw a whole bunch of bones in the bag, and they're gonna come out, and we're gonna come out 5 names, and it may be the right 5 names, it may not. We're probably still moving those guys around 2-3 games deep in the season, and based off the people we're playing, that's really not what you want to do, but you've got to look at this for the long haul and make sure you get the right 5 guys.
Okay, in essence, it's going to be game week here. You blink and open your eyes again, and you're going to be talking about actually preparing for Liberty. What's the schedule in your mind in terms of what you feel like you need to get done here before it actually is the week before the game?
We need to go back and grade this tape. There's things that we need to make sure that we're exactly right on before we get ready to start breaking down Liberty. We'll stay in the camp for another 3 or 4 days, and then we'll break for the first game. And we'll do a little bit extra preparation for that, obviously, because it's a very, very important game. But we still got to finish camp the right way and prepare for the entire season.
Anything else that stood out for you today?
I thought that we did some things with the kickers. The kickers came out and kicked some field goals early. Our really, really good field goal kicker missed one, which is something like a blue moon in the month of July. It doesn't happen that often. But those guys are doing a fantastic job. We know they'll be ready when the game starts.
I'll say this: you're a really, really good kicker, Andre Schmidt. Last year at this time, nobody knew who he was, and he went on to win the Groza Award and be first-team All-American.
Yeah, he was paying for his school until about 4 weeks later.
So you never know. So we're still 2 weeks from the opening game, but there's still lots of stories to be written. You can continue our coverage of Syracuse football right here at Cuse.com.